We are live. Hi guys, so welcome back to Excel Island. My name is Abatan Sheriffdeen, but you can call me Sheriff for short. Great now. And welcome back if you're an existing subscriber, and welcome if you're a new subscriber. Welcome to Excel Island. So on this channel, what I've basically been doing for the past couple of 49 days, today is day 49, I have been live streaming my learning journey using the Datacamp resources on a journey to become a data analyst. I'm a top rated plus freelance data analyst on the Upwork platform. So I'm trying to upskill myself and sharpen my skill and position myself well for job opportunity. So I'm upskilling using the data camp resources within I subscribe to a 1 year subscription on the data camp platform. So I'm trying to maximize it to the fullest. So I've been doing this consistently for the past 49 days. Today is day 49. So I started live streaming. The whole idea to live stream came up on the 11th day. So if I look for day 1 to day 10, you probably will not see those live stream, those lessons rather do, or those live stream. You get it now. So it has been really challenging, I won't lie, but the goal is 100 days of what of learning consistently for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, maximum 1 hour daily, no matter how little it is. But it all started as little as 20, 10, 15, 20 minutes, and I graduated to 30 minutes, 45 minutes, then 1 hour. So that is the whole idea behind it. And this is to encourage all newbie freelancers or all newbie tech person or data analytics person to show you how it takes um, the hard work, the consistency, the dedication you have to put to actually call yourself a tech person or a data analytics person, no matter the field you are in tech. You just have to be consistent and learn, especially when you don't have a computer science background. It can be really, really challenging. But if you don't give up, you are consistent, it is achievable. The rest now, it is easily achievable. So I'm using the data camp platform so far for these days. You can see today is day 49. So I've been consistent for the past 48 days, and I'm currently using the career track section of the data camp platform. So I go to the career, you can see I'm using the data analyst career track. So I complete this track. The goal is to do a lot of portfolio practice more and more, and I'll move to data analyst in Power BI because I have to prepare for the PL 300 data analyst certification in Microsoft. So after data analyst in SQL, I'm moving to data analyst in Power BI. So you want to stick around for that also. So I'll be live streaming that from the beginning, from the very first day. Probably if I complete 100 days, I'll just continue one to one. Who knows right now? So I'll be using the platform, and this data analyst in SQL contains 11 courses in that track and one project. So far, so good. I've been able to complete 6 courses. I think I'm on the seventh course. Yeah, I am on the seventh course. We have got like 4 more courses to go, then or 5 more courses, then one project, then statement of accomplishment. So that aside, you just need to build a lot of portfolio right now. So also, if you're looking to become a successful freelancer or looking to start your freelancing journey, so I've been freelancing for the past 2, 3, 4, I think getting close to 5 years now. And I have someone who has been guiding me, putting me through all about freelancing and remote work, what to do and what not to do. So his name is Benga DB, and he has a course currently called the Freelance Client Management course. And what this course does is that it teaches you how to become a successful freelancer using the major freelance platforms, the most popular freelance platforms like Upwork, or Fiverr, LinkedIn, or even emoji website like People per Hour, to work remotely, AngelList, and so on. Also using your social media accounts to position yourself for potential clients who hire you and work with you. So this course is well packed. You also get access to the course instructor. Let me show you the course instructor. So his name is Dinka DB. I will leave a link to his Twitter account, but you can just go to Twitter and just search for Dinka DB on Twitter. Days in, he has an active follower of 20k, over 20k followers. You can check out his pin tweets, lot of testimonials from students all over the world from last year. Get it now. You can check it out. You see lots of testimonials of students from various platforms like Upwork. Majorly, is so good in all platforms, but it is a superstar in Upwork. You get it now. And it also teaches you how to freelance using other platforms also. So I'll leave a link to the course under the YouTube description below. So do check out the course using the link under the YouTube description to purchase the course. So back to my learning journey today. So before I start or continue from where I stopped on the seventh course, I always have a couple of weak areas to review. So for today, let us review this weak area and I jump back to this section of the course, chapter 7, the second part of the course, and continue from where I stopped. Let's review this weak area. So set theory for SQL joins. Let's review it quick. So which set operation will combine the tables as shown? So we're only getting the idea of one from the left table, matching results. So that should be there's one here, but really returning okay. That should be interset. Yeah. So you are working with the venues, cities and countries table. Venues table, city ID, city table, city ID, connected. This is the primary key. This is the foreign key here. Countries table, primary key, country ID, foreign key. So it now says what is the output of this code. Select star from countries, union, select country ID and the name from city. The ID and the name here from countries, then the name and country ID column here from cities. So we are expecting two columns there. This 1, 2, 3 column, 1, 2, 3 column. Then this will be the answer. So the first few rows of keepers, players, and captains table from a database about the Indian Premier League are shown. These are the keepers, players, and captains table. What is the output of this code? We have the keepers name, the players name, and the captains. So select captains as name from captains. Union all, select players from players limit 5. So union all, we are expecting it to join. Oh, we now remove duplicates. Oh, there's a difference between union and union all. So I'm trying to remember. Union will not return duplicates, but union all will return duplicates. Duplicates, duplicates. Let's see. So the captains we have Sing here, MC Doing. Okay. From players, the villas, first. That should be the answer. Yeah, that should be the answer, definitely. The players and keepers table names are shown below. Players, keepers. Select the code to return this output. Keepers, we got it's only returning keeper. We are not seeing the first three rows there. So intercept will return what? The matching column, the matching record between it. Keepers. This is not the correct answer. It's probably this one or this one as keeper. Let's say as keeper. Let's start from keepers. This is maintaining the name keeper there. So that should be the answer definitely. Oh, name. The 49 streak achieved, but that's not all. Let's take a couple of lessons. So now we can continue from where we are today. So we achieved the 49 learning streak, but let's actually learn something more other than that. Let's finish this chapter 2. So each course has 4 chapters, and every week I always finish the whole course, the particular course. But this week has been pretty slow. So let's finish this chapter this night. Yeah, the goal is to finish that this night. Let's see. This is how we did the probability yesterday. You can watch the live stream to see what we did there. So you can watch yesterday live stream. We did probability or chances and probability. Yeah, no, probability was yeah, we did probability yesterday. This was summing statistics. So we did probability yesterday and distribution. So let's continue from where we stopped.
Now we will look at probability distributions. Let's consider rolling a standard 6-sided die. There are 6 possible outcomes, and each has a 1/6 chance of occurring. This is an example of a probability distribution. This is similar to our earlier scenario, except we had names instead of numbers. Just like rolling a die, each outcome, or name, had an equal chance of occurring. A probability distribution describes the probability of each possible outcome in a scenario. We can also find the expected value of a distribution, which is the mean. We calculate this by multiplying each value by its probability, 1/6 in this case, and adding everything together. So the expected value of rolling a fair die is 3.5. Why is it important to understand probability distributions? Well, they help us to quantify risk and inform decision making. Also, as we will see later in the course, probability distributions are used in hypothesis testing to understand whether results may have occurred by chance. We can visualize a probability distribution using a histogram, where each bar represents an outcome, and each bar's height represents the probability of that outcome. We can calculate probabilities of different outcomes by taking areas of the probability distribution. For example, what's the probability that our die roll is less than or equal to 2? To figure this out, we'll take the area of each bar representing an outcome of 2 or less. Each bar has a width of 1 and a height of 1/6, so the area of each bar is 1/6. Summing the areas for 1 and 2, we get a probability of 1/3. Now let's say we have a die where the 2 got turned into a 3. This means we now have a 0% chance of getting a 2 and a 33% chance of getting a 3. To calculate the expected value of this die, we now multiply 2 by 0, since it's impossible to get a 2, and 3 by its new probability, 1/3. This gives us an expected value of 3.6.
Okay. On a new die, 3 won't get probability of 2. 6. Okay, trying to understand that.
The value of this die, we now multiply 2 by 0, since it's impossible to get a 2, and 3 by its new probability, 1/3. This gives us an expected value of 3.67. When we visualize these new probabilities, the bars are no longer even. With this die, what's the probability of getting something less than or equal to 2? There's a 1/6 probability of getting 1, and 0 probability of getting 2, which sums to 1/6. The probability distributions we've seen so far are discrete, since they represent situations with discrete outcomes. Therefore, they represent count or interval data. In the case of a die, we're counting dots, so we can't roll a 1.5 or 4.3. When all outcomes have the same probability, like a fair die, this is called a discrete uniform distribution. Just like we sampled names from a box, we can do the same thing with dice rolls. Here are the potential outcomes of a roll. Its expected value is 3.5. If we roll a die 10 times, we are sampling with replacement, as we can get the same result more than once. Here, 4 rolls produced a 2. We can visualize the outcomes of the 10 rolls using a histogram. As the times, we are sampling with replacement, as we can get the same. This is called a discrete uniform distribution. Just like we sampled names from a box, we can do the same thing with dice rolls. Here are the potential outcomes of a roll. Its expected value is 3.5. If we roll a die 10 times, we are sampling with replacement, as we can get the same result more than once. Here, 4 rolls produced a 2. We can visualize the outcomes of the 10 rolls using a histogram. As the sample was random, we have different numbers, despite there being the same probability of rolling each number. The mean of our sample is 3.0, which isn't super close to the 3.5 we were expecting. If we roll the die 100 times, the distribution of the rolls looks a bit more even, and the mean is closer to 3.5. If we roll 1000 times, it looks even more like the theoretical probability distribution, and the mean closely matches 3.5. This is called the law of large numbers. If we increase the size of the sample, then its mean will approach the theoretical mean. Time to solidify our knowledge of probability distributions.
So identifying distributions. Recognize the type of distribution is very important when analyzing data, as we will learn later on this course. You have been provided with an image containing 3 probability distributions drawn from samples of different sets of data. Your task is to choose which sample is most likely to have been taken from a uniform distribution. Uniform distribution. Let's see. I know what I'm not feeling comfortable right now. This is not uniform. Let's see. I'll probably go for uh, I'll go for the B. The B is probably this looks pretty close. Oh, cool. Okay. Sample mean versus theoretical mean. Okay. So the app we take is sample from heuristic uniform distribution, which includes the numbers 1 to 9, and calculate the sample mean. You can adjust the size of the sample using the sidebar. Note that the expected value of the distribution is 5. A sample is taken and you win $20 if the sample mean is less than 4. There's a catch. You get to pick the sample size. Which sample size is most likely to win you the $20? Choose area on sample size, and it says, oh, you can adjust the size of the sample. Okay, correct size of the sample. Okay, oh, okay, I'm back. So if you look at the sample size right now, let's see real quick. very quick. So a sample is taken and you win $20 if the sample is less than 4 sample size. Quick sample size is likely to win you $20. Less than 4. Let's see. So that's all. Large numbers. The larger the mean, the larger the sample size, the sample mean will output the expected value. So the lesser the sample size, so now you're seeing the sample mean will likely be closer to 5. The expected value with larger sample size, you have a better chance of getting a sample mean further away from 5 with a smaller sample. That's because the larger the sample size, as the sample size increase, the sample mean will output the expected value. So you have to choose a smaller sample size for that. That's quite tricky though. Oh, let's finish this part of it. Let's finish this chapter 2 today. Let's continue distribution.
We can use discrete distributions to model situations that involve count or interval data. But how can we model continuous data? Let's start with an example. The city bus arrives every 12 minutes, so if we show up at a random time, we could wait anywhere from 0 minutes if we arrive just as the bus pulls in, up to 12 minutes if we arrive as the bus leaves. Let's model this scenario with a probability distribution. There are an infinite number of minutes we could wait, since we could wait 5 minutes, 1.5 minutes, 1.53 minutes, and so on. Therefore, we can't create individual blocks like we could with count or interval data. Instead, we'll use a continuous line to represent probability. The line is flat since there's the same probability of waiting any time from 0 to 12 minutes. This is called the continuous uniform distribution. Now that we have our distribution, let's figure out the probability that we'll wait between 4 and 7 minutes. Just like with discrete distributions, we can take the area from 4 to 7 to calculate probability. The width of this rectangle is 7 minus 4, which is 3. The height is 1/12. Multiplying those together to get area, we get 3/12, or 25%. What about the probability of waiting 7 minutes or less? We can think of this as a space within the total area where the upper limit is 7 minutes and the lower limit is 0 minutes. To calculate the probability, we subtract the lower limit, in this case 0 out of a possible 12 minutes, from the upper limit, which is 7 out of a possible 12 minutes. 7 minus 0 is 7. We divide the result of this by the total area under the line, which is the maximum possible time we might wait, which is 12. So, the probability of waiting 7 minutes or less for the bus is 7/12, or approximately 58.3%. To find the probability of waiting anywhere between 0 and 12 minutes, we multiply 12 by 1/12, which is 1, or 100%. This makes sense, since we're certain we'll wait anywhere from 0 to 12 minutes. So if we know the total probability is 1, and the probability of waiting 7 minutes or less is 58.3%, then we can use this to find the probability of waiting more than 7 minutes. We simply subtract the probability of waiting 7 minutes or less from the total probability. So, 1 minus 7/12 equals 5/12, or around 42%. Continuous distributions can take forms other than uniform, where some values have a higher probability than others. For example, here we can see a distribution with two values occurring most frequently, This is known as the bimodal distribution, as there are two modes. An example of the bimodal distribution is book prices, with different typical values occurring depending on whether the book is a paperback or a hardback. Another continuous distribution has a peak in the middle, with symmetrical slopes as values move away from the center in either direction. This is often described as a bell-shaped curve and referred to as the normal distribution. It is very common to observe this distribution, such as with blood pressure or retirement age. We will learn more about this special distribution later in the course. Regardless of the shape of the distribution, the area beneath it must always equal 1, as the area covers 100% of possible outcomes. Now it's time to practice working with continuous distributions.
Let's see. So discrete versus continuous distribution. We've learned about some distributions for discrete and continuous data. These distributions can be used to derive the probability of outcome for everyday situation. Now you will need to classify the scenarios provided based on which type of distribution they follow. The time of the day that the baby will be born. Is that discrete or continuous? The time. Nobody knows. The secret number of a raffle winner, assuming there is one ticket for each number from 1 to 100. The outcome of drawing a playing card at random. Um, drawing a playing card at random. Let's see. The out of adults, men and women. Yeah, I'm missing something. So time of the day that we will be born. It will be discrete now. So it can be continued, but a baby can be born anytime within the day, so it's a continuous distribution. So the ticket number of the raffle winner. Yeah, so I tell me is the ticket number of the raffle winner, assuming there's one ticket for each number. So this is continuous. The time of day that a baby will be born is a continuous distribution. So the amount of time you spend waiting for the invator to arrive. Okay. The outcome of the invator could arrive anytime. That is continuous. So the outcome of doing the playing card. That is discrete. So this is my model in the last class. Discrete distribution. The first one was conditional probability. Okay. So discrete is like just of doing a card. The outcome of doing a playing card at random. The ticket number of a raffle winner, assuming there is one ticket for each number. That will give you the amount of time you spend. Okay. By model. So in the video, we were introduced to normal distribution, which is normal here. This is close to normal, which is prevalent in many natural phenomena. The task is to identify which of the four plots most closely represent the normal distribution. Which of the following represents normal distribution? Probably this B. Probably this B represents the normal distribution. So it's quite funny. Definitely this B, or probably this D. But let's go for the B first. Yes, definitely the B. That's just the normal distribution. To calculate the probability with a uniform distribution. So in the video, you saw that the area underneath the line of a continuous uniform distribution can be used to calculate the probability of event or an event outcome. The line of a continuous uniform distribution. Okay, here is the distribution displaying the probability of waiting anywhere from 0 to 20 minutes for a train to arrive. The task is to calculate the probability of the next train arriving between 5 and 30 minutes between. So that will be the wait time 5 less than 5 and wait time less than less than 5 and less than 13. That's quite tricky. That will be 5 and 13 minutes. So 5 here, 13. That's 13 minus 5. That's 7. So 13 minus 5, that's 8. The 8 over 20. 8 over 20 should give us, where's my calculator? That should be like 40%. Yeah, that's the answer. So 40% probability of waiting for life probability of anywhere between we arrive anywhere between 20 or arrive between 35 and 30 minutes. That's 40% probability. And that's cool. For one more to go. Oh, we're moving to chapter 3 now. That's cool. I think we finished chapter 1 and chapter 2. So moving to chapter 3, which is the binomial distribution. It's quite long though. We have this last chapter here, which is the hypothesis and testing. So we can just stop here today. Let's stop here today. That's quite straightforward. Simple distribution. Let's see how many percent we are into this part of the course. We are over 43%. Not bad. That's something to do. So that's day 49 learning stage achieved. Okay, we are good to go. So that'll be the end of the live stream for today. So I'll see you on day 50. I'm super excited about day 50 though. We're not writing too much code yet. We're just doing introduction to statistics, probability distribution. So if you enjoyed this video on the live stream, make sure to smash that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up and put on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know anytime I go live. Also, don't forget to check out the freelance client management course. Here's the link in the description. Yeah, the link is in the description. Check it out and purchase. Get the freelance client management course today. And I'll see you tomorrow, day 50. Alright, peace out. Enjoy the rest of the day.